G'day everyone, my name is Chris from Vo-Gus Prospecting. If you're new to the channel, a big warm welcome. It's great to see your smiling face. And if you're an old moldy hat like this one, welcome back. Today I'm out sluicing some concentrates to turn into some pay dirt bags. And I'm doing this for one important reason. My big boy Grizzly recently has not been very well. We actually suspected a fractured tail at first, but once we took him to the vets and did some further investigation, we found out he likely has hip dysplasia. To confirm this, we need to get him some scans, but unfortunately those scans are quite pricey. So I thought this is the perfect opportunity to put together some pay dirt bags to sell to my subscribers to raise the funds. I've got all the information you need to know about Grizzly's condition up on my Facebook page. That is linked in the description below. I know some of you don't have Facebook, so in the meantime, please just pause the video and check this out here. We've got the high banker set up and we've got a little river sluice in front of it to capture every single bit of gold that we possibly can today from the mustard pit. This dirt here goes about 2/3 of a gram every cubic meter. So I'm going to try and work at least a meter today. That will give me a little bit of gold to go towards the pay dirt, plus what I'm going to add to it at home. But it'll also give a good opportunity to find any specimens or fun things that might be hiding in this dirt. Hamish was making fun of me for using my little toothpick pick. He said it was unprofessional. So he brought back the zombie slayer. I should call him Lawrence. So this is what a professional pick can do, apparently. Camp cook, hard at work. This is why we love this place. This is one shovel's worth. We've got 1, 2, 3 nice bits, and hopefully you can see the roughly about 100 micro dots from one shovel. But at this rate, 100 bits a shovel, and I can throw shovels down this sluice super easy, especially now that I got the Liberator pick. That thing's making light work. I was showing a very amateur version of a miner. We've got all the funnest creatures here in Australia. Every single one of them. There you go, buddy. Have a good life. Okay, I'm done. Progress has been quite epic. The worst part about this particular gold and this particular mat is it's highly unlikely you're going to see any gold. Literally because it's just going to sink down into the moss and disappear. it's in there nice and tight. This is just the top piece of miner's moss. It catches most of the gold, but given how fine the mustard pit gold is, there's still going to be heaps in all the other mats. I don't want to reduce this too far because it's going into pay dirt. This is what's making up the pay dirt. So I'm just going to do a quick reveal of the top mat, then I'm going to go home and clean it up properly, divvy the gold up so everyone gets the right amount. That's not too shabby of a result. Remembering that there's still a heap of gold down in this stuff, this is what was in the top mat, which is not tea-bag, not tea-bag at all. I got the sluice all packed up and the concentrates in a bucket ready to be taken home. Our next step is to go and clean up the concentrates. We want to see how much gold was in the cons and then add the right amount of gold to make sure that the pay dirt bags have their value for money in them. No, it just broke. Oh, I'm devastated about that. That sucks. Might still be able to use this part. I don't know. Yeah, it still works. It still works. After processing the dirt down to its two main sizes, we've got plus and minus kitchen strainer here. We are not going to go through this at all. We're just going to add it straight to the pay dirt bags. This is going to have all our lead, shotgun pellets, bits of steel, and potentially specimens and nuggets. This is where it will be. It's going in raw, unchecked. This is what we're going to process. I've got the gold wrap micro dream mat set up and ready to go. We're running at a pretty shallow angle. I think it's only about 5 degrees there. And the first thing we've got to do is get rid of the bubbles. Bubbles prevent the gold from sinking into the cells, and that's how you lose it very, very easily. So any kind of fine recovery system, make sure you've got no air pockets. Toothbrush. Really stubborn one down in there. Right. And now it's just 1 teaspoon at a time until it's all gone down the sluice. We're just starting to see our first little bits of gold show up in the mat. You've got to love that. The mustard gold so fine I had to add a fair amount of soap to try and get it to not float away. But we just noticed we also had a sneaky shotgun pellet get through on the mat. I love it. It just sits there, chills out, and the gold is ever expanding. That is all of the concentrates run in. You can see that the mat is looking pretty good, but I know how fine this gold is, and most of the time it'll be left in your pan, heaps and heaps of it. So we want to just give a quick reveal. See that? That's why you use yabby pumps. It's far easier to suck that stuff up than it is to scrape it out with a shovel or a spoon. Excluding the stuff we didn't snuff her up with the snuffle bottle, that is what we got out of the sluice. So we've got a decent amount there. I'm going to guess we've probably got half a gram or so, which could go into a couple of the pay dirt bags. I'm going to get this cleaned up properly, put it in the sun, let these two dry, and then we're going to weigh it out.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see.
Grizzly and I,
from up
we're off to
here.
the vets. Aren't we, big boy? We're going to find out what's going on with his hips. So today, we find out just what
We can sit
our future action plan looks like,
It's so beautiful.
which is good. Good news for
You
Grizz,
and
isn't
me,
it? Hey?
we meant to be in the great outdoors.
Grizzly and I are at Townsend Veterinary in Albury. This is our vet, and I give them all props because they are fantastic. Well, all of our boys, aren't they, Grizz? Eh? Now that we've got Grizzly off to the vets, it's time to do the next stage of the pay dirt. We've got to weigh the gold that we collected high banking. Here's that gold next to a Clash Guitars pick for some scale. And I mean, I reckon we did pretty good. Like, that's a fair decent take of gold for the amount of gravel that we moved. Ted, this gold is like absolute powder. It's going to offer a real challenge to anyone panning it.
From a distance you can
And you have to move it around with a paintbrush. I mean, just look at it. Look how fine it is. I am hoping for about a gram of gold.
meant to be
0.8, okay, that's not too shabby. We got close. This pay dirt is going to be a 60% ROI, or return on investment. The pay dirt bags themselves cost $30, so I need to put $20 worth of gold in there. That is about a quarter of a gram's worth. Then we're going to add the raw creek dirt. So I now need to get this, the 0.8, up to 2 grams. So this is where we're going to get some of the chunkier bits and some of the pickers and all that sort of stuff going into the pay dirt, so you get a nice big mix of bits. As you can see, we have a nice little mix. This is a little tiny specimen just here. We've got a nice big flat flake just there, some coarser bits throughout it, and a heap of that flour gold. It's now 1:30 in the afternoon and I've been told to come pick him up. We've got news. I don't know what the news is going to be yet. And they didn't sound terribly, I don't know. There might be something wrong. That's the impression I got on the phone. Grizzly, you got your own name tag. You do. You look so out of it.
Oh, you really on me.
Oh god, he's lost. Basically he's got a bowl disc that's putting pressure on his spine, and it could happen a multitude of ways. There's a lot to it, but that's the nuts and bolts of it. He's actually showing apparent neurological symptoms, which is where his feet don't react the way they're meant to, and that's what made it look like that he's got hip pain. The good news is that we should just be able to give him straight up anti-inflammatories and occasional painkillers, and it should dissipate a fair amount. But long term, he's probably going to have to go through several bouts of those painkillers and anti-inflammatories to keep everything under control. This is how we're going to do the makeup of the bag. We've got my now broken scoop, and we're going to put at least 1 full scoop's worth of coarse into the bag. Then we're going to do a full scoop of the unsearched creek dirt. And so now it weighs 205 grams. So I'm going to double it. 2 scoops of coarse and 2 scoops of unsearched creek dirt, then add the gold. That should mean that you get roughly a 400 gram bag of pay dirt. Or well, a 380 gram bag. We already know that there's gold in that unsearched creek dirt, but we're going to guarantee people at least a quarter gram's worth of gold in every single bag. That is one nice pile of pay dirt. Zoe stayed up very late one night and created this logo. There a lot of work went into this. I'm super proud of it. So this is going to be my new pay dirt brand coming in the near future. We're actually going to start with a small merch line. I want to do hoodies of this stuff because I think it looks just that damn cool. There was almost as much work in that as there was digging it out of the ground, but they're all packed. So that is a lot of pay dirt. So there you have it. From the creek all the way to pay dirt bags. That's the process that I'll be creating more of these pay dirt bags for you to buy in the future. But for this instance, thank you so much to everyone who jumped in to help support Grizzly. It meant the absolute world to me. His vet bills totaled over $500 and I had to find that within a week. And I'm just so grateful that not only am I part of a community that's willing to support someone like myself and Grizzly going through something like that, but also be able to offer you guys something in return for your hard-earned money. Even though this is a little bit of a different video than I normally do, if you guys would like to know more about gold prospecting, please check out the rest of my channel. There's well over 300 videos up on everything gold prospecting and metal detecting. Hitting the subscribe button and the little bell on the bottom corner is a great way to make sure that you don't miss out on any future videos or competitions. In the near future, I will be launching Big Box of Pay Dirt as a brand, so please sit tight for that and keep an eye on my Facebook page where most of my notifications go up. If you don't have Facebook, you can view that feed through my website. All the links for this are in the description below. So until next time, please give your dog, cat, guinea pig, or girlfriend a scratch behind the ear for me. Peace! And I'm out.